Well, let's tell people that are not intelligent intelligently assess their situation. Okay. Um, large groups of people. Okay, more people than we have on the planet today because you have like 10,000 years and tribal, stuff and reproduction and stuff. So genetic molecular structures communicating past, present, future operate at the same time. Albert Einstein, right? Okay. So large. There's no doubt that the largest amounts of groups of people are praying to the Messiah to be the light of truthful and faithful, loving living, so we can all be safe from aggressive, abusive, violent, selfish people, right? So the culmination of those events and that communication ended up in the life of one man born in Las Cruces, New Mexico. I sound like LeBron James at a press conference in Miami. Okay, and so and he already he gone and did that thing done all right. He already got put into the epicenter of Wi-Fi manipulation and which they perceived as control over threatening to blow everybody up with nuclear weapons in the place where he was born if they don't get to abuse everybody with money and debt and trespass. And he already said, no, you have to, I wasn't raised Catholic like George Carlin and some of the rest of you, okay? So I never recited. I was raised in Mormon church, and they didn't do the whole crucifix thing, and it was wrong to the system, and they rarely recited the Lord's Prayer, and so I wasn't very familiar with it at all, and it wasn't repeated to me repeatedly like a lot of you. Okay, what you think? Okay, once you repeat this over and over again, don't you understand what the fuck he's saying? Okay. God damn, these are some dumb people. Sorry, did I say that? I'm sorry. Possessive pronoun, these are some dumb people. So you're sitting there, right? And they give me the stuff and they tell me this and they tell me that Islam and Christianity are based, here's what Islam is based off of their understanding of Christianity. Okay, so that's the answer. The answer is forgive debt and trespass, love one, eternal, faithful peace. And that solves all our problems that we're having right now. And so they asked me in 2009 if all those people, you're an idealist and you get people killed. And that one lady, you're talking about class warfare. Class warfare is whether you'd have it or not. Damn, you officers' wives are fucking crazy. Do you understand how to read either? Apparently not. Cognitive comprehension at an all-time low, right? So you're sitting there, I hope you understand what I'm talking about because the technology understands what I'm talking about. If you don't understand what I'm talking about, the technology understands what I'm talking about, you're not in a very good situation. Okay, so Earl, got to talk fast, think smart, manipulate people so you can tell them what to do. No, I'm helping people tell themselves what to do so they can't be manipulated by people that talk fast, think they're smart, and then use technology and money to psychologically fuck them into fucking each other over money, which is insane. Okay, right? Crazy Eddie, his prices are insane. So if you want a car or truck, go see Cal. But we got this Cal Narinjan. Don't Barack Bashad your way through this, Sigmund. So, possessive pronoun, first person. You can't have possessive pronoun or first person consciousness of God. Okay, hey, help. Okay, I know what I'm talking about, and so is technology. Do you? That's up to you. If you can't, hey, it's all right. We're teaching technology how to protect you from you if you're you and you think you can still manipulate people with money and technology. Okay, here we go. So, Earl, this is funny, I know. But Earl, I really enjoyed Robin Williams when I was a kid. So, do you guys? You better, because dang it, he is way funnier than Will Smith as the genie. Okay, got a really big show tonight. Say the magic word, win $100. So, Earl, Groucho Marx and Ed Sullivan, I didn't do a very good job. Shh. Hey, I'm working here. Okay. So you guys got to understand, okay, sexuality is a form of comfort and protection for us to live eternally through loving one another on planet Earth. Okay? And when comfort and protection is removed from a family setting by debt and trespass, it's very difficult to get your way through this clusterfuck of insanity. All right. Now, there's a young man born in Las Cruces, New Mexico, who's now 58 years old, July 19th, 1966, that was put into the deepest bowels of the depths of this clusterfuck, okay? Kids, since Y2K, kids know what it's like. Automatically, their brain activity understand what it's like to be constantly monitored by a government presence and a scientific presence. Hofstadter, Winkle, Kripke, Cooper presence. Okay, Farrah Fowler presence, psychoanalyzing and analyzing. Here's why you're doing this. You're an animal. But this is for marketing. This is to keep people in their status quo, to maintain the markets, to maintain the delusions of power and wealth through human greed, through manipulation, through people accepting money and using technology to maintain that dysfunction, right? With me, it was radically different. I had the epicenter of the concentration of all these assholes. There's only a virtual presence through their technology in these young kids' houses today. Okay. In my house, it was the Goebbels and the this and the that, the worst of the worst, sitting in your living room through your phone and your TV and the surveillance equipment, your lamp, like they had with Malcolm X, on the Spike Lee, hey, Oprah, I need lots of money to rent the train thing. Okay, do you understand? So you got to understand that the bowels of hell and the depths of hell that I was born into, to retrieve the keys to the kingdom and come out of hell and say, hey, Lord's Prayer, Yelp, right? Which I did by 2009, which was completely ignored by the people that are the home invasion set that have the money and the technology to manipulate us and tell us what to do over money with technology, right? So then I gave them the opportunity, because they didn't take advantage of that golden opportunity, to cowboy, change your ways today, or with us you will ride, trying to catch the devil's herd across these endless skies. I gave them the opportunity through the timetables and their documentation that they gave us in the book of Daniel and the book of Revelation to work it out. And then, hey, this guy's the Messiah. He's right. Lord's Prayer everywhere. Odelay. Okay. And that timetable was culminated when I said, when I first started posting on YouTube out of Sierra Vista, okay, till that 1,000 whatever many days, which was about a week or so after the second inauguration of Barack Hussein Obama. And he and his business partners balked. They didn't follow the documentation because they say, hey, we didn't write it. Our relatives didn't write it. It was these other people. So these other people had to be held accountable to it, not us. And the other people obviously didn't want to give up their delusions of power and control through home surveillance and money. So once somebody like Barack Obama, who works his way up the ranks, gets in the same position as Donald Trump's family, Elon Musk's family, the Bush family Robinson, they're all the same, right? Which is obvious. You give these people this delusion of power and authority through home invasion, through manipulation, through money and technology, I want to keep it. I'm not going to give it up. It's like, well, but don't you want Jennifer Lopez to be able to have sex with her husband without your scientists watching, who are complete creepos and wackadoodles and will manipulate and kill her husband to have sexual access to her? I'll have 2020 Dateline. What would you do of you? Well, that's pretty nasty and disgusting, right? So when you have the urge to protect people emotionally and sexually, okay, you got to realize how hard driven that is into our DNA. You got to realize, what type of person are you? Are you protecting them emotionally and sexually? Are you taking advantage of them? Are you Genghis Khan and Goliath, or are you like King David and Jesus? Okay. Like when I told you when me and Gina Reardon had sexual opportunities, at first she showed up with Stacy Cleveland and I got sick and threw up and nothing happened. Then we got alone and she told everybody, and I didn't tell anybody because I didn't want them to talk about her like she was a slut. Okay? And so when a woman engages in sexual activity of you to comfort you, and you have to protect, you can't tell everybody or people will abuse you with it. And so when you comfort each other sexually, then you have to protect each other sexually. And it has to be mutual. It can't be, you can't sit there and take something from somebody and say, shh, or I'll kill your dog, shh, or I'll kill your cat, shh, or I'll tell everybody you did it and you're a slut. Okay. It has to be a mutual form of comfort and protection. Okay. And in our society, we don't have that. So people abuse each other to death with drugs, alcohol, sodomy, because there's no hope for anybody. You might as well just fuck each other and derive enjoyment out of the fuck until you die. Okay. Trust me, I'm way better than any scientist on the planet, okay? The Huberman Lab is like, you need to shut that fucker down, stand up for forgiveness of debt and trespass, and stop trying to sell me stuff on TV. Any TV device. Okay, Wahlburgers? Okay. So trust me, it's everything's already been done for you. As far as, hey, you got a good dad who showed you the way. Let me show you the way. And I already did it and I already cleaned it up. So this is just after the facts and people still, just one more day of snorting cocaine and fucking prostitutes and gambling in the high-rise apartments in Las Vegas. It's like, no. Forgive debt and trespass, love one, throw fifth piece. Okay, well, everybody, anywhere you go, my whole crew gonna know, hey, baby, because I got a lot. Okay. So, well, let's try to make it Lord's Prayer by dinner. If you can't, you dirty, rotten sons of bitches, and everybody knows. Okay, I love you, all right? Peace.